How easy is it to turn 3mm of sheet brass into a Ferari F40 coin? Now, as well as a coin, we'll also be making a special edition plaque, a case and a stand for it, and all that today. Now, to make all these in this video, we're going to be using the Prusa Core One 3D printer, the Creality K2 3D printer, the xTool F2 Ultra for the engraving, and the xTool MetalFab for the plaque. So, a lot to do. So, first thing we need to do is we need to cut a 40mm disc for the coin out of this 3mm thick brass. Now, we're going to do that with the xTool MetalFab. Now, this does need a different tip on it as well to contain the gas a little bit better, and apparently they do wedge themselves in, so it might need a bit of smacking to get it out because they are fairly tight when you cut it out. But once we've popped it in the machine, we're going to go back to the computer, set it up and see if we can get it cut out. Now, this bit is really easy. Once you load the xTool Studio and you connect to the xTool MetalFab, all we're going to do is we're just going to draw a circle, a 4mm, set the cutting parameters and just cut it. Now, it looks like it's worked. It's got a circle in the front and where it looks like it's cut through on the back. But I do know from reading online that these are notoriously hard to get out, but maybe not that one. That one's fairly easy. So we've got an edge to clean up and the face to clean up as well. But nothing that a little bit of sandpaper won't cure. Now for this, we're just going to use a little bit of 80 grit on the sides and some 180 on the faces just to clean it up. First we've got to peel the backing off. Now the edge is a little bit more manual because you've got to use a bit of 80 grit and you just got to rub it against it. That's about it. That's all you can do. And don't forget guys, do please subscribe to the channel and click that like button because it really does help out a brand new channel like this. There we go, all prepped. Now that didn't take long at all. Now it's time to start on with the stand itself, and we're going to do this with the Prusa. The nice thing about the Prusa software is it has a section called printables. You click on that and there's a whole host of models all ready for you to download and print. And in there is our stand. And once we've selected the model, all we do is slice it and send it to the printer. Now while that's printing, the next thing we need to do is the coin. What I use is ChatGPT to create the image for me with just a prompt, and from there I then go to Sculpt OK, which has free credits. It lets you do about 2 a week, and from there I make a 3D map of it, and that is what I use as the picture to put in the F2 Ultra. It was then just a case of importing it into xTool Studio In this case I used the F40 map that I created earlier, then cropping it so it got no border and placing it where we needed it to be before embossing it onto the coin. Now we will go into xTool Studio a little bit later, but that's for another video. While the coin finishes printing, we're going to use the Creality K2 Plus to print the case. Now again, in Creality K2 Plus there is an online models section, and in there if you just type what you want, you'll more than likely come up with what you want to print. In this case, a case for the coin. Then just select the appropriate one and send it to the printer. It's that simple. Right, so that was quick. The case is already finished. The stand is still going and the coin is still going. So we're still kind of making money combined. Let's have a look at the case. There it is. That's quite good. See if it fits in. Look at that. Spot on. Right, so a bit noisy because we've got everything running at the same time. Well, not the case anymore, but look at this. Somewhere to put your finger. That's superb, that. And that took 15 minutes. Now, the stand is going to take a little bit longer, probably about 30 minutes ish, and the coin much longer than that. But in the meantime, we're going to go over and we're going to cut the nameplate for it. Right, just before I was ready to go and cut the nameplate, I had a little bit of food. The stand finished, so let's have a quick look at that. How cool is that? Now that's a little stand to put your coin in, so you can pop it on the side. So just like the case, this printed fairly quick. This was 32 minutes, but it's 32 minutes, I know, when you think, oh, it's just that 32, but we was able to, within 5 minutes, load both of the 3D printers with the patterns, let them go, then forget about them, and they just did the job and finished. And this took 32 minutes, this took 15 minutes, but that 5 minutes setting up, that was it. And look at that, fantastic. Now, while I was recording that section, the first side of the coin finished printing. Right, let's see how that turned out. Better put some gloves on, that's going to be hot. How cool is that? Now that is absolutely fantastic. Now it's not too deep, it's not too shallow, but it's good. Now it's very hot and it's a tiny little bit off center, but with a little bit of practice I should be able to get that just about right. Next thing to do is the other side. Now this time I'm going to try it without my little riser. I only put it on this because if it misses the coin, it marks the bed. So the one thing we do have to do is we've got to mark the top. So the top is there. So make sure we get that square and kind of central, and it's ready to center the back picture for the coin on the coin itself. Now this process is exactly the same for the front as it is for the back. We used AI to generate the image, Sculpt OK to turn it into a map, and the xTool F2 Ultra software to engrave it. Right, so now that we've got the case done, we've got the stand done, and we're cutting or engraving or embossing the other side of the coin, we're going to now go over to the xTool MetalFab and make the special edition plaque. Now for those of you who are wondering how I'm filming all this, there is my camera on a stand, and we've got a DJI Pocket filming the coin itself, and that's plugged into a battery bank because it'll take about an hour and a half. Now we don't need a big piece of metal for this. This is about 1.2 and it's probably about 8 by 4 wide, don't know, something like that. Luckily the cameras in this will let us precisely pin this down to where we need it to be and cut it. Now most of the process of making the plaque is done on the computer, but it is very simple. In xTool Studio it was just a case of starting a new tab, changing the machine, drawing a box with round corners, and then putting in some text. Now the text I had to make sure was in stencil form, otherwise the centre of the O's and things like that would have just fallen out. Once all that's done, now that the metal's in there and the nozzle's the correct one, all we do is press the button. Well, that didn't work. It nearly worked. Issue is the lettering is so small that the centres have fallen out, even though there's some bridge sections there. And I think I got the speed a little bit wrong because it's cut most of the way through. You can kind of see through here, but where this black line is and that one and a little bit at the bottom, it hasn't cut out. So need to put a bit more in, make it a little bit bigger and slow it down a little bit, because you see there, look, it's not quite cut through. Now in the software, like I say, all I did was resize it a little and slow the cutting speed. Failed again. I think this time was because I didn't have it clamped down, and I've got a very wobbly piece of metal, so it was kind of moving it. Let's try once more. Let's clamp it in this time though. Third time lucky. Success. Right, when I celebrated, it was a bit premeditated because there's 2 Ds in addition. There's not supposed to be 2 Ds in addition, and that's because my D key on my laptop is broken. So let's cut another. Right, so this time it worked. Now, not much dross on the back at all, and all we're going to do now is we're going to hit it with a sanding disc with a DA with some 180 on, give it a satin effect, both sides, and then lacquer it so it stops it rusting. Now, like in the last video, we're just going to use the standard rattle can clear coat. That's it. Simples. Right, that's the coin also finished. And that looks absolutely fantastic. Now, it looks just like brand new copper at the moment. It doesn't look aged. So what we're going to do now is we're going to age it. And that involves a little bit of liquid, really cheap liquid, and some wire wool. Now the antiquing effect on it makes it looks like it's been around for quite a while. There's no science in it. Well, there is, but you don't need to know the science. All you do is you buy some of this antiquing fluid. This was about £3 off eBay, and one of your mum's old scourers. And the first thing you do is give it a good scrub. And all that'll do is just take all those particulates off it that are sat on the surface and kind of like shiny up some of the surfaces that are protruding. Now if you have a look at the difference between that and that is what we want to antique. So we're going to do one side at a time, and all we do is get some of this fluid, get a rag, and just be better tipping this on. And that's it. Just let it sit for about 5 minutes. Now once it's sat for 5 minutes, you dab the excess off, probably go everywhere. And that's what you end up with. Now after that, that way. Then you grab your wire wool again. This is where the magic happens. And there we have it. That compared to that. Now let's do the other side. It's a good job it's cheap. Might have a bit of a mess there. So that is the coin, the stand, the case and the plaque all done in one day. Now what we have to do is see if this, how much it'll sell for, and if we actually made some kind of profit. So how much did it cost us, and how long did it take, and did we make any profit? This is going to be a slightly hard one because most of these things can be done in the background, but we'll go through the raw data. Now I was here for 5 hours. The coin took 2 of those hours. The case took 15 minutes. The stand took 35 minutes, and with our 3 errors, the plaque took 30 minutes. Now working time, that's 3 hours and 20 minutes. So that is our working time. Now as materials, the sheet steel, £1. We've wasted about that much, so it's £1. The brass, now the brass I bought for £17, and we can make probably 17 out of them. So the brass, again, £1. The filament is going to be 50p. So as cost there is £2. Now add in things like a tiny bit of this, a bit of this, say we add 50p onto that, we're still at a total of £2 and 50p. Now these, with everything here, could probably sell for £50. If we'd have made like I have with this one, we'd have bought a brass blank, and that's got the perforated edges and it's a little bit deeper, being 4mm, like I've done with this RX3 one here. We could have charged 65 to 70, so possible £70, but there's an additional £4 for the brass blank. So the 2 profits there, one is £47 and 50, and the other was £67.50 if we'd have made it with one of these. And divide that by 3 hours and 20 minutes. that works out at £14.25 an hour if we'd have made it like this, and £20.25 if we'd have made this. Right, so this is a hard one. The reason it's hard is there's quite a few factors involved here. We've got either cutting a zone. I think this part is a no-brainer. We either cut a zone, it takes us longer, and we make less profit. We make £14.25 for longer. I don't think that works. Or we can import or buy because they're available anywhere off Amazon, eBay, anything like that. The coin blanks, which are thicker, they sell a little bit easier because they are actually coin blanks, and they look nicer when they're finished. And we can make £20.25 for less time. But that is £20.25 an hour. Now that's not a massive amount, but bear in mind most of these processes you can actually, I spent 3 hours and 20 minutes doing this, but most of these processes, all of them, except this, you've got to kind of watch it a little bit, you can set them running and go and do other things, so you can make profit while you're making profit. So this is a very good idea for making in the background while you're making everything else. Tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if it's all rubbish, tell me if it works out fantastic, if the business plans absolutely sucks. Pop it in the comments down below and let us know what other equipment you want to see or what you want to make next, and we will see you in the next one. And don't forget guys, do please subscribe to the channel and click that like button because it really does help out a brand new channel like this.